Hi there, Luke here with another video. For those of you unfamiliar with our channel, my husband Tyler and I make weekly travel videos where we document our experiences since moving from North America to the UK. For those of you who've been following along so far, at this point in our travels, this was the summer of 2021, and we had just finished our time in Scotland, traveling around the Highlands and the Islands, and we, from there, decided to head to Spain. And in this next set of videos, I'm going to be starting in the Barcelona region. And I'm gonna actually break Barcelona into two. As you can imagine, Barcelona is one of those cities of Europe that has so much to do that it really warrants breaking it down into more than one video, because we covered a lot of ground visiting this amazing city. This video is gonna focus on the main must-see tourist attractions that people are most familiar with. And then in our next video, I'm gonna cover some of the tourist attractions that you can find in Barcelona that are maybe not as well known, not as well publicized, things that we would recommend doing if you had a little bit more time in Barcelona like we did. So let's get into it. What is one of the first things that we feel was such a highlight and major must-see, to not be missed tourist attraction in Barcelona? One of the ones that I would not miss is Casa Batlló. You can't talk about the city of Barcelona without talking about one particular man, and that is, of course, Antoni Gaudi. For those of you who don't know much about him, Antoni Gaudi is considered to be one of the most influential and important architects in the world. And in particular, his style of architecture is very modern and surrealist. This building is fascinating to walk around and explore because it has the general architectural structure and inspiration from animal biology. So the outside of it and some of the major foundations of the building resemble the skeletal system of an animal, and then different rooms and chambers and whatnot within the building are said to be inspired from the different organs and parts of the body of an animal. Do keep in mind too that there's not just the traditional design of this attraction that is worthwhile. They had these interesting different light shows and things that they were doing at the time that we were visiting. For the remaining major attractions that we did in Barcelona, we found a tour that we were really happy with, where it was just about 6 other people in a van and lots of walking to different places as well. And we found that we got good value for our money and we had a great experience. So what did we do on this particular tour? Our first major stop on this tour was the tourist attraction that I would say most people associate with Barcelona, and that, of course, is the Sagrada Familia. For those of you who don't know, the Sagrada Familia was started in the year 1882, and believe it or not, to this day, it is still not finished, because Antoni Gaudi died before it was finished its construction, and they have been trying to finish the building to his original architectural designs that he drew up, but it has taken many, many, many years, and to this day it's still not complete. But still, even unfinished, this is a tourist attraction that is a must-see. I will say that it is 1, massive, 2, obviously busy with people, but 3, is a surprisingly relaxing and peaceful experience, at least at the time that we went, because maybe it was busy for what we are used to experiencing, but maybe it was less busy than it normally is. So even though we saw people around us, it was surprisingly calm, surprisingly quiet. I think a lot of people were just in awe, looking around at the beautiful architecture, the way that the glass changes the light, particularly on a sunny day like we had, and it was honestly a really special experience. I didn't feel like I was in a tourist trap. It felt very worthwhile visiting, and I was truly mesmerized by this particular structure. Once we were finished at the Sagrada Familia, we proceeded to walk to the Gothic Quarter. The Gothic Quarter has a lot of interesting history that our tour guide was happy to share with us, as well as visiting some of the interesting cultural and historical buildings in this area. We continued our appreciation of all things Antoni Gaudi, and we headed to the famous site called Parc Güell. The park consists of a series of gardens and architectural elements and designs that you could walk around for quite some time exploring. We had time to mostly explore around the main entrance of the park, which has some of the most dramatic elements we could see, especially the terrace at the top. Our last stop of the day was also an Antoni Gaudi structure, and that was La Pedrera, which is also referred to as Casa Milà. This was actually Gaudi's final house that he completed before he dedicated the rest of his life and career to the Sagrada Familia. Like Casa Batlló, this was actually a house that he built for people to live in. And this was another unique and beautiful structure of his that is worth checking out if you have the opportunity to do so. Really, everything that Antoni Gaudi does is unique and special, and honestly, you could spend so much time in Barcelona just appreciating his various works of art. At the end of all of it, I grew to have such an appreciation for his work and his art, and I was so happy that I came away with that experience. All right, everyone, that is it for this video. I hope that you learned a bit more about how you can structure your visit to Barcelona to incorporate some of the top must-see attractions in Barcelona. As I said, our next video is going to focus on maybe some of the less touristed spots that we found were really valuable and worth visiting, especially if you have a bit more time in Barcelona to enjoy and experience them. So be sure to check it out. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a like, a comment, and subscribe, because I love hearing from all of you and from hearing what you guys think of these videos. So can't wait to see you at the next one. Have a good one. Bye.